Real quick, you know, if you don't know, I've never ran, like, of course I can jog and things like that, but I never ran a marathon in my life. I never run a 5K, 10K. But I got challenged by a good friend. He challenged me and I said, all right, cool. I'm doing something I've never done before. And if you know me, you know that I love to attack what I think is impossible, right? To me, running a marathon is impossible, but I want to show myself I can do it because I know a lot of growth is going to take place. All right, I say that to say this. A lot of people was expecting me to start running. Like I tell people, look, I'm not running till March, right? Why? Because right now I'm not in shape to run. I have a lot of things in my body that I need to fix, right? I have some lower back issues. I have some small muscles that I need to fix. And so I'm doing Pilates, I'm doing yoga, I'm working on small muscle movements to make sure that when I start running, I'm ready, okay? And it's a point to this message, I promise you this. And I know that because, you know, throughout my whole football career, I always took care of the small things. I never missed a game, from basketball to baseball in high school to football all the way up to the NFL. I never missed a game. And one thing I always did was I made sure I took care of the fundamentals. I made sure I took care of the small things, you know, ice baths, deep tissue massages. I made sure I stretched. I made sure I took care of my body. All of these things, all right, because I knew at that time, if I didn't take care of the small things, more than likely an injury, all right, was awaiting. And I say that because I see a lot of people hit me up and they ask me a lot of questions, of course. They ask me the how, from relationships to building a business, to a brand, to whatever it may be, right? I get tons of questions about a holistic thing about life, right? From a spirituality walk, everything like that. And I tell people all the time is that too many people right now, especially in the world that we live in, especially with social media, we try to elevate our life too quick. And I want to be clear with this. Like, I'm not telling you not to progress. I believe in progression. I'm not telling you not to put in the work and grow. But too many of us, we try to elevate our life without taking care of the foundation, right? Without taking care of the things that we need to take care of. Even in relationships, right? We try to rush to get married when the foundation isn't right, right? And the foundation isn't right. Yeah, you might can get married. You might can get there. But once you get there, guess what? That marriage probably will crumble. It's just like with me working out. Yes, I can go run today. But if I go running today, more than likely, I'm going to find an injury, right? And a lot of people with a business or a brand, yeah, you might can start that brand today, but so many people want to skip the process, right? Because the process isn't beautiful. The process isn't easy, right? The process sucks. And a lot of people want to skip the process and go straight to the reward. And the problem that happens is that once they get the reward, if they do, they're not equipped mentally, all right, to handle it. And so my message to everybody out there, realize this. The first step to elevation is taking care of your foundation. And however you want to apply that, that can be a relationship, that can be your spiritual walk, whatever it may be. That can be building your brand, that can be with sports, whatever it may be. The first step to elevation is taking care of your foundation. Taking care of the small things, the things that aren't beautiful, the things that don't get accolades, the things that don't get praise, the things that people don't see. You have to take care of those things. In a relationship, what are the fundamental things? Conversation and communication. You got to take care of those things. What else? Affection. You got to take care of those things. See, a lot of times we get in relationships and even friendships and we forget about the foundation. We no longer strengthen the foundation. We no longer do the small things that meant so much. Right? People ask me all the time with being a speaker. Like, I want to be a speaker. And they just want to go on stage. And I'm like, man, there's so many small steps that you have to take. And understand, when you take these small steps, you understand more. You appreciate more. Right? And so don't be afraid to not grow too quickly, right? Don't be afraid to take your time in anything in life. One of the things that happened to RehabTime, and it was because of you guys, RehabTime grew tremendously, right? Like Of course, I've been putting in work for a lot of nights, but overnight, something changed, right? And it grew quickly. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't. And when you want things to grow too quickly, usually what happens is you're not properly prepared once that happens. And so understand, like, don't allow people to make you want to rush things, make you want to force things. You know, a lot of people will put their opinions on your life and tell you what you should be doing. They'll tell you should be married by now. They will tell you that you should have a better job by now. They should tell you that your business should be booming by now. The world's going to tell you all of that. Don't worry about it. This is your journey. Understand that. Yours, not nobody else's. And don't get into the comparison game. With social media, we like to do that. Right? We sit there and we watch other people and we're like, wow, I should be doing that. And you don't understand what it took them to get there. You don't understand the struggles that they went through to get to where they're at. So don't compare your life, right? Appreciate your life. Appreciate those small things. Appreciate those small steps. Appreciate that small progression. Because that small progression is what creates a big impact down the line. Those small things is what creates big things. It sets up those big things. Look at a house, right? A house is huge, right? Or or a building, whatever, a skyscraper, whatever you want to look at is huge. But it's made up of little bricks, right? It's made up of little pieces of metal. Everything that's big, that we think is big or we claim it's big, is made up of small things. And so my message tonight, and I know it might not have been for everybody, but I hope everybody can take something from it, is to really concentrate on the foundation. And even when you elevate, don't forget about the foundation. You know, I was outside with Tristan earlier playing basketball, and Tristan wanted to go out and shoot threes. Like, that's all he wants to do is shoot 3-pointers. And I'm like, dog, like, let's work on dribbling first. Let's get your dribble game down first. Let's work on some layups first. Let's work on some jump shots first. But he wants to go right to the 3-pointers. Why? Because the 3-pointer looks more impressive when he makes it, right? Layups are boring. And I have to break it down to him. I said, you got to master this first. Get your foundation down first. I said, go look at Steph Curry. He's still doing the little dribbles before the game, right? Those are the things that's going to make you better. Those are the things that's going to make you grow. Those are the things that's going to make you more stable. Because if you're not stable, it doesn't matter how high you elevate. It doesn't matter how quickly you get married or how quickly your brand grows. If you're not stable, once that happens, once all that controversy happens, that adversity happens, those setbacks happen, guess what's going to happen? You're going to crumble because your foundation isn't right. So take care of your foundation. You know, maybe you're on a fitness journey. Take care of your foundation. Stop watching what everybody else is doing. You ain't got to be lifting no heavy weights if you don't want to lift no heavy weights. I do yoga, Pilates, cycling. I do all of that because I know that's what my body needs from where I'm at right now. I told myself, too, I say, you know what? I have to eat properly. I got to take care of my eating habits, right? Because I'm on this journey. I got to run 26.2 miles. I got to lose some weight if I plan on making that. And I told myself that I'm going to appreciate every little step and I'm going to appreciate every little progression. I'm not looking, you know, my goal at the end, I'm not worried about that goal. The goal I'm worried about is every single day, is defeating every single day, is making progression every single day, is strengthening my foundation every single day. Because I know when my foundation is right, it doesn't matter what comes in my life, right? I might can be tested a little bit. I might can go through some struggle a little bit. But I know I can make it through it because the foundation is right. So everybody watching this that's in a relationship, man, make sure that foundation is right. Get back to the basics. Get back to the fundamentals. Get back to doing the small things that mean so much. Get back to communicating. Get back to appreciating. Get back to showing affection. For you guys out there that's starting your business or building your brand, don't worry about what other people are doing. All right? Take care of the small things. Make sure those things are right. You know, and sometimes the small things are tedious, right? I had to ship shirts. I still ship shirts. Sometimes it's tedious, but I appreciate those things, right? All right, let's get it.